Was it good for you? Because it was good for me. Oh, boy. Triple overtime. We got that for the first time this season. And after 46 minutes and 52 seconds of extra hockey, and the clock hitting past 11 p.m. out here, Kyle Connor ends the game and ends Edmonton's season. So the sweep is completed. The Winnipeg Jets have moved on to the North Division Final, the second round. They will await either the Maple Leafs or the Canadiens. The Maple Leafs won 2-1 in Game 3 of their series, so they're 2-1 in their series. It was a great win for the Leafs. But let's talk about that Connor McDavid kid. I'm dead serious. I've said this many times. This is the last time we've seen McDavid as an Oiler. He has voiced his frustration before. The kid's going to be 25 years old this upcoming January. He's good as hell. That's an understatement. Look at the season he had. 105-point season. This is a 56-game season. Had 105 points. He would have been on pace in a full season. He probably would have got, 130, 40, maybe 50? Who knows? A player that damn good wants to win. By win, I mean win the whole thing. A player that good wants a deep playoff run. Like the ones the Carolina Hurricanes would have, even though they would go like a long time without making the playoffs, they always went deep. A player that good wants more playoffs. Got 4 games. He got the minimum. Connor McDavid is the Aaron Rodgers of the NHL. And if that's the case, that means Leon Draisaitl is a mix between Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones with just a hint of Mason Crosby. But yeah, Connor is the Aaron Rodgers of the NHL. If he doesn't produce, the Oilers get killed. A player like that should be on a super team, not having to put the whole team on his back. That's what's happening with Connor. Look at all the superstars in the NHL. Sidney Crosby, hell of a supporting cast. Got Jake Gensel, Brian Rust, Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang. Even players like Zach Aston Reese are capable of some things. Alex Ovechkin. I've always said Nicholas Backstrom's is second in command. TJ Oshie, John Carlson, Evgeny Kuznetsov. Amazing players. Austin Matthews. He's got Mitch Marner and William Nylander, and even Jumbo Joe, who's been playing since I was in junior high. Even Jumbo Joe's producing. Jake Muzzin, Justin Hall, Zach Hyman. I could go on. Nathan McKinnon. Look who he has with him. Gabriel Landeskog, Mikko Rantanen, who led the team in goals. Cale Makar, a Calder winner, possibly a Norris candidate. Brandon Saad, Nazem Kadri when he's not being an idiot. Andrei Burakovsky. That's a hell of a supporting cast. Who's helping Connor McDavid? Who? I'm going to do that. Who? It's just him and Leon and whatever the hell that is out there that calls himself a team. And as a result of that, they got swept just like the Blues did. And like I said, it's frustrating to see a player that good and that young just go through this. And I really think, and I've said this many times, I think for like the last couple of years, I've said this many times, if the Oilers don't go on a deep run eventually, Connor's going to leave. He's going to leave. And I will be literally surprised if next season comes and he's still in an Oilers jersey. He's too good for this. He is. And the Oilers, they just fizzled. It just fizzled. A great talent like that wasted. It's ridiculous. But I've vetted enough about that. On to some other things. Like I said, Toronto got a good win over the Canadiens in Game 3. So they're up 2-1. They're 2 wins away for what will be their first playoff series win since '04. And of course, in other action, there were 5 games tonight. We had another multi-overtime game earlier. It was Pittsburgh and the Islanders, and Josh Bailey ended it. So Crosby's in danger of being eliminated. Oh man, the Islanders take a 3-2 series lead, and elsewhere, a couple of other two other teams who faced elimination, they saved themselves. Ford. I said this on Twitter too. Out of the 3 teams that were facing elimination, I think Florida had the least chance of being eliminated because Florida's pretty strong. So I'm not surprised that Florida won tonight. But Florida took care of business on their home ice to stay alive. Florida won victory over the Lightning. Now the scene shifts to Tampa Bay with a 3-2 series, and the Panthers need to again try to force another game back on their home ice in Sunrise. And the Wild, oh my God. Let me just say this. The Vegas Golden Knights are a very pathetic team. So, here's how it goes. The Avalanche outshoot the Wild about 3 or 4 to 1. We blow out the Wild. Golden Knights outshoot the Wild 3 to 1. They lose by 2. At home, too. Amazing. The more the cracks in the Knights get longer, but they still lead the series. Problem is now, both the games that Vegas has lost were on their home ice. They lost 2 games on home ice in this series. Now, in order to advance and meet us, they have to take care of it in Minnesota. Now they have won both games in Minnesota in this series, so that really shouldn't be a problem. But with that momentum and the Wild back on home ice for at least one more game, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Game 7 forced. I wouldn't be surprised. So, with that, that's my recap of a very insane night in the Stanley Cup Playoffs. 5 games. Do I felt like I've watched 6 or 7? I feel like it's one of those busy Saturday nights that have literally everybody playing. God, I just need to just thank the good Lord for, number 1, waking me up in the morning. Number 2, making me a hockey fan, because only hockey fans can have this much fun just watching it on television. But yeah, so it was an insane night in hockey, and but it's gonna get calm. It's gonna get calm tomorrow. Only 2 games tomorrow. Tomorrow is Game 4 between the Leafs and the Habs. The Leafs are up 2-1. Yes, it's a back-to-back. It's a back-to-back. So who knows what the goalie situation will be? But I'm pretty sure Campbell should be in net. Though if it is Anderson, that should be interesting. So yeah, Game 4, Toronto-Montreal, and also it's Game 5 between the Predators and the Hurricanes. That series is 2-2 after Nashville won back-to-back double overtime games. Now, as for Wednesday, there are 3 games, all elimination games, all Game 6s. Of course, Game 6 is always elimination in the best of 7 series because somebody's up 3-2. It's Game 6 between the Penguins and the Islanders. That scene shifts to Long Island. Islanders have a chance to close out on their home ice. Game 6 of the Florida series, Tampa Bay now leads 3-2, and they have a chance to close out on their home ice. And then Game 6, Golden Knights and the Wild, that scene shifts to Minnesota. Vegas can close it out. Minnesota has a chance to force Game 7 on their home ice and force a trip back to Vegas. Sorry. So that's my recap of everything that happened tonight. and I will be back to recap the two games that play tomorrow night. So stay tuned.